You know, I usually don't do videos as much anymore. I usually do pictorials on my updates, but I thought, what the heck? I got a new iPhone stand. I thought I'd give it a shot. So here is my completed head sculpt of the Unidentified Greasy Creature from Star Wars Skeleton Crew. This is a 1/18 scale sculpt. If you don't understand what 1/18 scale is, look at your 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe men or your Star Wars figures from either the 1980s or even the modern ones today. And that's the scale of this head sculpt. So he's a tiny little thing. Well, actually, he's much bigger than a humanoid, but you know. Anyway, it's a fully hand sculpted piece. It is sculpted using a 2-part epoxy of Avi's Fix-It Sculpt. Really great product. I recommend it. And yeah, basically I've been showing a lot of images of it just like this, you know, maybe like this or like this, but I never finished it. I just literally got burned out by doing all these horns or these spikes and stuff coming out of his shell, this crustacean like shell. And I needed a break, so I took a break to work on some other little projects, other figure projects, and let this sit for a little bit. And then I finally this weekend finished it, this past weekend. So I've had reference images from the television show all the way up to about right here, all the way across the top and everything, all the way to about right here. Never had the back, so I had to sort of do some artistic license to the back. And you know, I did have a blurry shot that looked like this. Real blurry right there. It's where he was running and came to a running stop, and it was just a blurry shot. But this is the best interpretation I can think of. Something simple. This would be like a thick skull right here, hardened bone skull, and this is a more heavier, fleshier area. Probably still bony underneath, but then the flesh will run underneath, and it comes out, and it makes sense. It comes out into the jowls of the jaw and the chin and the lips that are movable. Then you have this bony structure going across the side of the upper cheekbone, and you have the fleshiness of the eyes and the flesh going around the eyes. And then you have this would probably be fleshy as well, since it's more or less a you know, it's folds in the skin, but everything else would be like a hard shell, like a crustacean shell. I love this character, and he was in episode 2, I think, of Skeleton Crew, and he was only shown for the first half, and that was it. A very detailed creature, very 80s reminiscent of the Gamorrean Guard in my opinion, but really impressive looking creature. Great bodysuit, great look to him. You know, it reminded me so much of the Gamorrean Guard, just like a big crustacean version of it. And it's such a shame this guy didn't play a bigger role in the show, as like a big thug type guy, a big bouncer type dude. He's no ruffian that's going to take on a Jedi, but you know, he's just a big dude. And it's a shame they didn't use him as much. But yeah, I finished the sculpt. So the next big trick will be to make a mold out of this guy, and then to create at least 3 plastic castings of the piece that I can use for, number 1, creating the custom figure, number 2, to archive a piece, number 3, to use as a paint tester to test the paint of what I want to apply. And also I might do a couple more castings so that I can make different facial features or facial looks. This one's an open mouth with a stern look. The next one I'd like to make, let me see if I can get closer on this guy here. The next one I'd like to make is a closed mouth with more of a kinder, gentler looking eye look, or expression. Gentler looking expression, that's what I want to say. And then the other one, maybe because there's some screen captures I took of him screaming, yelling, and it was hilarious looking because the mouth's real open. It looks real awkward. I might try one of those too. So we'll see. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I think it came out really good. You know, I think the interpretation in the back, I think whenever all the stuff is on, it's all painted, I think it's going to look great. Now, I'll show you the body right now. It's a ball peg that's going to hook into it. And I'm going to extend this ball peg up a little bit. And he'll fit right into the peg, just like that. These arms and upper arms and stuff, I'm going to be re-sculpting a little bit of that because I think I bulked them up too much. I think these bulky arms are a bit too bulky. I'm looking at reference shots and they're really skinny. The bodysuit was from a very tall gentleman, and I don't know his name, but I have him on my Instagram, but he's tall and he's a little lankier than this body suit is, and I think this body is a bit too bulky, so I'm going to thin that out a little bit. I'm going to re-sculpt the area here for his belly. He's just got a dad bod. The dude's got the creature itself has got a dad bod. So that's what we're going to concentrate on, is creating like a dad bod for this guy. And all the other parts, like the cloth that goes around him, the loincloth stuff, and then the gizmo down here, I think it's a hydrator or something. I don't know what it is. It goes around his belt and stuff. That's all going to hang loose, and it's going to be hand sculpted too. All of this will be a hand sculpted piece. Nothing's going to be used in soft goods. I don't have patience for soft goods sometimes. Every once in a while I use it, but not all the time. Hands going to be resculpted. Forearms are going to be thinned out and resculpted. All this stuff's going to be redone around here. So, and then the head will sit higher up on the piece. It's going to be sitting up a little higher, like about right there, so that all the cloth and all that stuff can sort of fall down. So anyway, that is the status on this guy. So not bad. I'm happy with it. I got some other things to update. Maybe I'll do videos on that as well. I will probably update my YouTube page with this video as well, since it hasn't been updated in ages. So be sure to go to my YouTube page. It's called The Sithfire 30. I think. I haven't looked at it for so long. I don't know. Type in Sithfire. I'm sure it'll come up on YouTube and you'll be able to see it there as well. But I'm going to post this first on my Facebook page and then share it from there. So anyway, guys, hope you liked the update. Sorry if it ran a little bit too long. I tend to babble too much. So anyway, I'll have other updates coming up soon. Talk to you later. Bye.